Building trust. What's up next? That's not a trust fund for a building. It's we're building trust. It's a whole different thing. Let's see. There's fewer of those. We'll get some of this. We'll get some of that. We'll get a wiffle ball bat. Okay. We don't even need. They just need to be in here. We don't care. They just need to be in here. Okay. And we're clicking. And we're clicking. 50 areas. We just got to do 50 areas. First, though, it's time to buy blessings. I'll just grab this one right away. I'm not even gonna look at these. I'm just gonna buy them because I know we can smoke right through these. That was a lot. Okay. Deep pockets. Yeah, give me more gold. I mean, we got E22 favors, so until we start seeing these things getting the costs in the teens, I'm not going to be worried too much. They're slow and steady. Yeah, middle columns. There's teens, but still only 14, so that's fine. There's my ultimate cooldown reduction for Karlach. 20%. Never mind. I thought it was 10%. 20% is a big deal. 10% was big. There's our E20 for familiar faces. Who's Rangers, Sorcerers, and Warlocks? Don't care. Damage of all champions. Do care. Don't care about that one, though. Oh, but I need 6 more. Now I can come down here. So this is spending efficiently. I don't care about this one because my DPS is a barbarian. Damage of female champions. Yes, please. Karlach says thank you. May I have another? Don't care. Artificers, clerics, paladins, fighters, and monks. Don't care. Damage all champions in outdoor areas. Sure, give me whatever you can give me. Yeah, all the fries you can give me. All right, there we go. What fries you can give me. There. So, we're pretty set. Now, our next deep favor run should get us this and max everything out because we'll be starting at E22. I'm feeling E22, folks. Oh, no. Here's my Taylor Swift reference for the day. And you know what? It's a little late for this, but I did say I was going to have one of these eventually. After that successful favor run. Cadbury cream egg. Look, there's a rabbit. See, it's got a rabbit. So that's where cream eggs come from. They come from rabbits. Is that to me, Lydia? Or to somebody else? Oh, to Grommen. Yeah, you missed that part. Oh, idiot control. That's horrible. How dare they waste a Cadbury cream egg? We're about 25% through level 1, our modem core. We're making the best progress we can currently. 85% of the way to our goal for gems, because we want to buy the 10k pixie. Beyond that, we got nothing. Nothing. I've only played Catan a couple times. Absolutely loved it. I wish, like back in the day when I used to run an after-school program, I would on my weekends, I would like go to the malls and like go find game shops and try to find cool, fun games to play, like to buy for our game center, for when we got to like free time, basically when they could do just about anything. And we had a lot of, I think, like, obviously we had like Monopoly, but like I would try to buy the nice versions of them to like try to instill in students like things have value, take care of them. And they did, and it was great. Whereas so I would spend like $50 on a super nice version of a game, while other places would spend $50 on like 5 versions, and then they'd have to cannibalize. They'd have one version out, and then they'd have to cannibalize pieces and stuff from the others, and then rebuy them regularly. And I'm like, why? Just expect good things from them and see what happens. So we had a good version of Monopoly. We had a good version of Scrabble. We had Scrabble. No, it wasn't Scrabble. It was Risk. We had a good version of Risk. We had a couple other. Then we had some there was a pirate game. Of course, there was a pirate game. But if I ever came across Catan, no one recommended it to me back then. I didn't know anything about it back then. This was 99 through 2001. Man, but I wish I had, because, man, it would have been perfect. It would have been absolutely perfect. The Vimes boot theory of economics? I don't know that, but well, I mean, it was just getting Risk at all, but it wasn't like a cheapo, or there's cheapo versions of board games, and it was a nicer version. I mean, just the fact, getting Risk was a risk. Getting Risk for a bunch of middle school kids, it shocked other supervisors at other sites that I bought Risk, because they're feel like we lose half those pieces on day one, and we never lost a single piece. So, I'm not going to say I'm good at what I do, but I don't need to. I don't need to. Oh, that, yeah. Yeah. That's not quite what I was. Sure. I could see how that's, yeah. that is a real thing. That is an absolutely real thing, and I was just running into this the other day. That wasn't where I was necessarily going. Part of it is, yeah, you're just spending more money than I am. I spent more money once, but you're spending more money than I am. That was part one. The other part is, why aren't you expecting your more out of your students? Like, it's kind of a disservice to them to treat them as if they can't do any better when they clearly can. Mine do, and mine are no different than yours. Literally, our kids got bussed in from all over the city, so it's not like we were just in some better area. Like, yeah, but yes, that whole the boots theory where it's basically, you know, you get stuck in a loop of buying cheap products because you can't afford to ever save up to get the good one, and the good one would last, and you spend less money on it. Yeah, I get it. That's why when my mom went from shitty car commuting car to shitty commuting car over and over again, like her last one before I finally, threw down a lot of money to help get her a nice newer car, um, because I knew it would cost her less in the long run. Uh, Her last car, she kept having to go in and like replace stuff. Like the windows wouldn't roll all the way up, like the motors would break, and then they just wouldn't go all the way up, and some just would stop working completely. There were windows where like it was down like this much, and when it would start in the winter, she'd have to stuff like towels in there to keep it from raining in the car or just being cold. Like at a certain point, I was like, and she'd spend thousands a year getting problems fixed, thousands and thousands. I was like, this is not making any sense economically. So I just took money from my emergency fund and put it into a down payment. And then she had a new car that then had a warranty, and it cost less to deal with. Go. We have completed building trust. And that's the same thing with our car currently.